Hey guys, I don't know if I'm going to post this, but tonight I copped a lot of messages on a post I did.
You are fat. Looks like isolation got the better of you. You should go and jump off a bridge.
You have the most annoying voice I have ever heard. Lucky you're the one doing the listening and not the talking. Life is not perfect, and neither are we. Welcome to Raw and Unhinged. Lara and Steph will be bringing you real and insightful chats on health, psychology, fitness, and nutrition. Lara is a qualified nutritionist and fitness enthusiast who loves her pizza, and Steph, a registered psychologist, author, and renowned brunch queen. We hope you're ready for today's chat. Haters gonna hate, guys. That is today's topic. So we're here to talk to you about hate, or when people say mean things to you, what it all means and why it's happening and how you can move on from it. Here is my best friend, Lara. And this all started because we went for a walk the other day and Lara started reading out some of the comments she got on social media, and I could not believe it. To be honest, someone like Lara, who is fit, she's attractive, she's motivated. I was so shocked to hear some of the comments people were saying, and I couldn't believe it because she's a happy person. I see her every day, and she's like, Steph, this happens every day. I just don't talk about it. So Lara, tell us a little bit about what has been happening and how long you've experienced this for.
So it's only kind of been ramping up quite recently, probably in the last month or two, but I've always experienced hate. I've been on social media and I've been on Instagram the past 3-4 years, and, I wake up to messages daily, and I'm not lying. I would wake up to messages saying, you're fat, isolation's got the better of you, asking me to go and jump, like horrible, horrible messages. I wake up to them daily, and it just kind of ramped up all of a sudden, and it really got to me last week, and I just felt like I just needed to get it out there and just talk about it because it was really affecting me. It was putting me down. It was making me second guess about the way I looked. It was making me question, the way I looked as well. I felt I didn't want to eat things because I felt I was really overweight. It gave me really bad body dysmorphia, which I've suffered in the past as well. And, I would look at myself in the mirror and just think I was a fat blob because all these people were messaging me. And, my dad made a comment to me the other day, and he said to me that I was in the kitchen a lot, and I took that as I'm eating a lot, I'm putting on weight, what am I doing? And it just really got to me. So, yes, I may laugh about these like comments and I might shake them off, but when you get comments consistently on the daily and that really affect you, it just brings you down. Like, I can't say that enough, especially when mine are comments from my dad. It wouldn't affect me usually, but it just affected me so much. And, these people hate. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. But yeah, it's just very hurtful. And I just felt like speaking to someone about it was the best thing to do.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you opened up because I understand the pressure of being happy and motivated all the time. And it is a shock. And you're right, no matter how good your life is or how much strategies you put in place, it does get to you because we both work so hard to put valuable content out there. And when someone's just like, you're fat or you've put on weight, especially you have gone through a journey, you've been overweight, you've been shredded, and no one's happy with either. And it just falls back on, you can't choose how people respond to you.
100%. I've been overweight. I've been obsessed with the scales. I've been comp lean, and every stage of my life, I've been bullied. I've been hated. And what you said to me the other day, saying how these people are so insecure within themselves, they don't have any other reasons. I think that really hit home with me to realize that actually they don't have anything better to do. I'm actually happy for once in my life. I've done everything positive. I wake up feeling positive, and these people are just trying to bring you down. It's just very upsetting.
Yeah, it is very upsetting. And look, I did get one comment. I haven't spoken about this, but I put a YouTube video out a while ago, and I was in a room where it was very echoey and my voice did sound annoying. I'm not going to disagree. And I think, look, having the ability to take a step back and look at what the comment is saying objectively is good. However, this lady said, your voice is so annoying. Lucky you're the one doing the listening and not the talking, as in my role as a psychologist. And do you know what I thought? I thought, yeah, number one, my voice was annoying in that video. But number two, I'm grateful that that comment came to me and
100%.
not a vulnerable client. Like, imagine
Yeah.
if someone who was vulnerable, who was upset, who was on their wits' ends got a comment, "You're fat, go kill yourself," the comment you got. Or imagine someone said, "You're so annoying, lucky you don't talk." So I was grateful that that came to me. And like you said, people, from a psychological perspective, there's a couple of reasons why people hate, and we'll go into that in a minute. But I don't know what to say. It's disgusting.
And it's hard, everyone thinks that social media is rainbows and butterflies. They're like, oh my God, you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, it must be amazing. It is amazing, don't get me wrong, but it comes with so many bad things as well, like this hate. The hate is probably the worst thing that comes with it. I hate it, but there's nothing you can do. And I realize that it's always going to be there. Like I said, it's been at every stage of my life. And, no matter what I do, how happy I am, how positive I'm going to be, someone's going to hate you. I don't know why. Someone's going to try and bring you down. Maybe it's because you're so positive and they're not, I'm not sure. But, it's going to happen at every stage. And I think dealing with it and coping with it is just really important because, it's always going to exist. So we went through some coping mechanisms too. Yeah. Well, my favorite was, I used to write a lot, and I've been writing out my feelings each night, and I've been sending it to you, and that actually turned into posts. So I write down my feelings, how it affects me as well, and it all comes together in a post. And it's really different, and it's good to let your feelings out by writing about it, so you can even look back and say, okay, this is how I felt, this is what I did about it. Like, even looking back and reading through it, you realize how strong you are. So I think that's good, something good, just writing how your feelings and writing your feelings out.
Yeah, and I enjoy receiving that, and I've taken that on board, and now I offload my feelings to someone else who filters through them. And I enjoy getting your feelings and sort of going through it, and Lara, maybe take out this word, or maybe don't.
You're like, that's a bit harsh, and that's just how I felt, Sam.
And I think that's why your posts do so well, because they are so real and so raw. Let's go into why people hate. Okay, so there's a couple of reasons. From a psychological perspective, we tend to like people who are like us and dislike people who are dissimilar to us. Have you ever met someone who's like really different to you and you're like,
I don't like you? Yes.
I don't really vibe with that person.
It's so true.
And often the reason for that is we either look to people and think two things. We either think, I want to be like that, or that person is a reminder of what I'm not, or what I can't be, and it upsets people. So in order to fulfill a need of feeling significant, people can either feel significant in a positive way or a negative way. And the negative way is to bring someone else down. So they say, you're fat, you're ugly, because that makes them feel significant and it's meeting a need. Whereas other people might feel significant by going to the gym, by eating healthy. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel validated. So the first thing to know is, A, if people are not similar to you, they're going to not vibe with you. And B is they're bringing you down to fulfill a need to feel significant or to feel important.
Yeah, it's so true. Even, like I said, what you said to me the other day, these people hate because, you're making them feel guilty as well. You're so positive. You do everything that you love, and they're probably there sitting in their beds being miserable, and they just want to make you as miserable as they want to be. But you know what? We're so much stronger than that. And I realized that the other day. I'm like, I'm not going to, yes, these comments do affect me, but I'm not going to let them bring me down. I'm so strong. And that's why I chose to speak to you about it, and even to Pete. And that's why I chose to put it out in the open and let other people know that, they're not alone, that bullying and being hated is so common. And, so many people would think it's not, and they don't say anything about it. And, I actually went on TikTok the other day, and I went on this girl's profile. She was 16, and she was copying so much hate. Like, even this girl called Charlie, who's on TikTok, she posted a video, and it was just people. This girl's 15, I'm pretty sure. These people were calling her skinny, calling her ugly. This is a 15-year-old girl. If I was 15 years old and got these messages, got all this hate, I wouldn't even know what I would do when I was 15. I would feel so alone.
Yes.
It's just because you're young and you're very vulnerable. These people just need to find their own lives. They need to do something with their lives and stop messaging people this hateful stuff. It's disgusting.
And you're right. Back in when we were 15, social media wasn't even out. And I used to work at Headspace, so I work with adolescents, and the bullying doesn't stop at school. They would come home and get like anonymous Instagram messages, Snapchats, and you can't keep up with it. And it's so secretive and it's so passive. And young people are self-harming. They're considering taking their lives. And the thing is, people don't realize the impact they have behind the keyboard. Like, they just want to be like, oh, you're fat or whatever. But the impact that has on someone else, astronomical. But what you need to remember is the third thing. They don't care how you feel. And I know this from personal experience. So one time I made a mistake on a post on Instagram, which I fixed right away. Even though I'd fixed the mistake, people were still messaging me. They were commenting publicly, you know, mental health this and mental health that, and you should know better about mental health. And I was crying and I was very upset. They saw those videos of me crying and they wrote to my friends and said, Steph needs to stop being the victim and get over it. And that's where it jerried to me. They don't care how you feel, because making you feel bad makes them feel good about themselves. So
100%.
don't care about how they feel.
It's so true. Like, people don't care how you feel. People love to see you cry. People love to see things get to you. And you know what? Even these people who message you, I go on their profiles and they're just fake profiles. Like the guy I sent you the other day who called me fat. We went onto his profile and he had a DP of a freaking tree. Who has a DP of a tree? But do you know what I've started to do?
It's never a person. It's always like a cat.
But I am so sick of copying hate that as soon as I get hate, I give him something. I'm a smart ass back. Like, this guy commented on my picture last night. I think I sent it to you. And he was like, oh, looks like isolation's gotten the better of you. I'm like, well, your DP is ugly. You should change it.
I know.
I'm so sick of it. I'm just going to give it back to them. Like, whatever. Yeah. And you know what? One person said to me, and I actually want to ask your opinion on this. Would you shame the shamers?
Would you shame the shamers? This is a really shame on you.
I want to know.
I have a friend who's a psychologist, and she's got quite a big following. She's on Instagram as well. And she once had a negative comment. It was something like, you're an Instagram wannabe. You know, you're just a tryhard. And she did a story and tagged him in the story and said, I challenge you, come and sit down and have a conversation with me, meet me, and let's talk about what's going on for you. Yeah. Of course, like, he never replied, he never responded. They never do. And when you do shame them or you reply, they're so shocked that you're actually giving them the time of day that they often won't respond. Did any respond back to your comments?
Some of them are nice back once I respond, but half of them, about 90% of them, don't respond because they're just fake. And once you say something back, they just kind of backtrack. It's just like, well, oh, sorry. Like, oh, no, I'm not sorry. But, oh, you're actually writing back. You're an actual person. Like, yeah, I'm a person and I have feelings.
Yeah, you are. And look, the minute you doubt, the fourth thing is, the minute you doubt yourself is ask yourself, what is my ultimate goal? What's my desired outcome? And for you, it is grow your social media following, which you're doing. It's helping people with their nutrition, which you're doing. And if that's your ultimate goal, you keep working towards that. And you are going to get hurdles along the way, i.e. people who have a tree display picture who say that you're fat or whatever. And you've literally just got to jump over those hurdles and think of them as more cardio for your mind.
It's so true. It's so true. And, you know, just learning to deal with it, learning to laugh about it with other people, and just knowing that you're the stronger person, I think that definitely helps as well.
Yeah. And you know what? It is, I believe, being the better person, not the bitter person, because at the end of the day, if you fight back, if you get upset, if you cry, if you stop posting, what's the purpose of that? You know, and how is that effective? Whereas I try to put myself in those people's shoes and come from a place of compassion and understanding. And I think, wow, for you to say something so mean to me, or to say that I'm wanting attention, or that I need to get over it, you must be in a really bad place.
Yeah.
Because I could never publicly be mean to someone. You need to ask yourself, like, wow, what kind of place must that person be in to think it's okay and acceptable to publicly say something negative about your body or your looks?
It's so true. I know at the end of the day, yes, we do cop hate, but I also get a lot of love from people. Like when I did that post on Tuesday talking about hate, I got so much love back, and people were surprised that I copped hate. And I'm like, you know, it is common. I do get it every day, but I think just people just don't know you get it. Like I said, people think social media is rainbows and butterflies, but it's really not. Copying hate every day, everything like that. But there's also the other side where you get so much love from people, where, you know, people say that you're their inspiration, they're your motivation, and that kind of keeps you going on. That keeps you motivated. That keeps you going as well. So that's kind of why I didn't dig myself into a rut, because I'm like, well, I'm an inspiration to people. I get people up in the morning. I get people working out. I get people eating well. And that's enough for me to do what I can do on a daily basis, even if I'm copying this hate.
Yeah, exactly right. And same thing happened to me. I got all these positive messages and I said, why am I worrying about the one negative person that hates themselves over these hundreds of people who say such positive and beautiful stuff? So the answer is, don't beat yourself up. Pick yourself up, and we can learn from every lesson, and just keeping in mind that there are things that are going to trigger us. And just going back to the comment with your dad, I get it. Parents' comments, they just get you in there, but they don't.
Wouldn't usually get to you. It just got to me. I know, but something that you wouldn't usually, I'd be like, oh yeah, dad, whatever. Like even when I was like skinny, lean, I was in India with him. He's like, oh, you're eating a lot. I'm like, I'm 60 and like whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
he's gonna say it.
These comments don't mean it to me, but just because these people were messaging me daily, I'm just like, I'm a fat.
No, you're not at all. Well, I think that's been a great talk today. So in summary, everyone, remember, whatever you put out there, whether you're the best, the worst, people are going to comment, they're going to have an opinion. You don't dictate what other people think of you, and you can't influence how people respond to you. So just be you, be yourself. And if you do cop hate, reach out, talk to us. But remember, people hate because they want to either be like you, or you're a reminder of what they don't have or can't be. And they're coming from a place of self-hatred, which you're not. So keep that in mind, and remember to stay effective.
Stay positive, be strong, guys. Most significant thing. Be strong.
All right. Have a great day.
See you guys.